The 2022 Major League Baseball season is finally here, and today marks the start of a new era of baseball in Cleveland. The newly named Cleveland Guardians kick off their inaugural season with the name change as they start here on opening day at home against the Kansas City Royals. A new generation of baseball in Cleveland kicks off today, and I'm excited to have you guys along for the ride. The first episode of this series has done extraordinarily well. You guys seem to be really excited about the start of this series, which I am very glad about because I am super excited about it as well. If you're excited for more Cleveland Guardians franchise, make sure to leave a like on the video, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell while you're at it. In the last episode, we broke down this roster, and I think this team is in a really interesting spot because we're not a great team, but we're also not a bad team. Along with a pretty talented farm system, but with no clear top prospects, we're sort of stuck in the middle, and we have to dig this team out of mediocrity. Today, of course, we have opening day against the Kansas City Royals. I plan on playing another game here against the Minnesota Twins and likely simulating past that Royals series. Usually, I like to get through 4 or 5 series per episode, playing 2 games per video, but today we're going to go a little bit slower just because it's the first actual gameplay episode. So as we look at the Royals here, they have a talented team, obviously led by Salvador Perez, who was an MVP candidate last year and could have won it if not for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and Shohei Ohtani having historic seasons. Of course, Zack Greinke as well was signed to this team. He is their opening day starter. As we get ready for baseball here in Cleveland at Progressive Field, a beautiful 72-degree day, no clouds in the sky, perfect atmosphere for baseball, and a perfect start to the new era of Cleveland Guardians baseball. It all kicks up today. Buckle in your seatbelts because it's going to be one hell of a ride. Let's take a look at both lineups for today's game. Regular starters here for both sides as the Cleveland Guardians enter the field, led by the ace of the pitching staff, Shane Bieber, one of the best pitchers in all of baseball, coming off a solid 2021. Obviously, 2020 was his best season of his career, winning a Cy Young, and he's looking to recapture that starting today against the Royals. So we're going to hop here at the top of the first inning. Whit Merrifield leads things off for Kansas City on the 1-1 pitch. He will single this one into right field, fielded cleanly by Josh Naylor in his first game in over 9 months after suffering a gruesome injury about halfway through last season. Merrifield stealing second. The throw from Hedges is not in time. It was a good throw, but Whit Merrifield had a perfect jump after the pitch. And now the Royals have a runner in scoring position here for Salvador Perez, last year's home run king. He goes down on the cutter. First strikeout of the season for Shane Bieber, likely the first of many. That'll bring up Hunter Dozier, who grounds this one to short, fielded cleanly by Ahmed Rosario. And the Guardians get through the top of the first inning without too much trouble as Kansas City leaves a runner aboard, and we head to the bottom of the first. On the bump here for the Royals, as we talked about earlier, is the 38-year-old Zack Greinke, right on time, just like it's 2009 in his second stint here with the Royals. First game as a member of the Kansas City Royals in over 10 years for Greinke, as he has bounced around a number of other teams since then. 2 away here for Jose Ramirez. There's a swing and a drive deep in a right field. Back at the track, at the wall. See ya, it's gone. A solo home run for the superstar Jose Ramirez, and the Cleveland Guardians in their first inning as a team get their first home run from the best player on this squad, Jose Ramirez, with his first of likely many dingers on the year. That 366-foot homer will put Cleveland ahead 1-0. A great start here to the new season for the Guardians, as that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Franmil Reyes, who grounds this one to short, fielded cleanly by the Royals, and they will get out of the inning. Many Royals fans believe that should be Bobby Witt Jr. at shortstop, but he was not called up to the opening day roster and is starting the season out in the minor leagues as Andrew Benintendi leads off the second, goes down looking on the knuckle curve. Bieber's second K of the day. Following batter will be Edward Olivares. The 1-2. He goes down on the outside circle change. Another great pitch for Shane Bieber. And so far, he is plowing through this Kansas City Royals lineup, as that'll bring up the speedster Adalberto Mondesi, who will hit this one nicely into center for a single. And with Mondesi's wheels, you got to look out for him looking to possibly steal a bag or two, as that'll bring up Carlos Santana, a longtime member of this Cleveland organization. He swings and misses on the inside cutter. So Shane Bieber gets through another inning fairly easily. He's allowed a couple of base runners, but it hasn't really materialized to anything here for the Royals, who still haven't really gotten a whole lot of offense going. We move to the bottom of the second. We'll see if the Guardians can try to extend their lead as Bobby Bradley opens things up. The power-hitting first baseman. He has a 2-2 count. Swinging a miss on the off-speed pitch low in the zone. Bobby Bradley strikes out a lot. That's his big weakness, so expect to see quite a bit of that from Bradley this season as Ahmed Rosario in his first at-bat of the year singles it into left field. I'm excited to see what Rosario does. He's one of the better players on this roster, and I think he could be poised for a breakout season at the plate. That'll bring up Andres Jimenez, the second baseman. Grounds it to Santana. The Royals looking to turn two, and they do. It's going to be a 3-6-3 double play that'll retire the order. And no runs for the Guardians there in the second inning as it remains 1-0. Two away here in the top of the third for Nicky Lopez, who hits it into shallow left. Rosario tracks it down. A simple and easy 1-2-3 inning for Shane Bieber and the Guardians, as Bieber pitching 3 scoreless, looking like the ace that we all know he is. As we move to the bottom of the third, Oscar Mercado looks at the inside slider. That's a tough pitch to lay off, but on the 3-1 count, you got to do it, and Mercado does. So he is aboard, and his first at-bat of the season will be a walk. Josh Naylor will also draw a walk on the outside fastball, so now the Royals have let 2 runners on. A big opportunity here for Jose Ramirez, who went deep in his first at-bat of the game. This one stays in the ballpark, but it goes by the second baseman for a hit. Runner headed home, and he will slide in safely. That's Mercado. An RBI single for Jose Ramirez, who's driven in both of Cleveland's runs so far, as the Guardians lead this game 2-0. A good at-bat there by Ramirez, as that'll send up Franmil Reyes, who goes down looking on the circle change. That pitch looked kind of outside, but I guess the umpire disagrees. Not a bad inning, though, as Cleveland adds to their total with another run driven in by Jose Ramirez. We move to the fourth inning now. It's Salvador Perez who leads things off with a single into center. Arguably the best hitting catcher in Major League Baseball. Hell, I don't even think I would say arguably. I would say it's a fact that Salvador Perez is the best catcher offensively in the Major Leagues today. Edward Olivares draws a walk, so now the Royals have 2 runners on here with 2 outs. We'll see if they can finally get on the board, as that'll send up Adalberto Mondesi swinging a miss on the high heat. So Shane Bieber gets through another inning. That's 4 scoreless for Bieber, and the Guardians remain on top 2-0 as we move to the bottom of the fourth inning. We'll see if this offense can keep things going. Bobby Bradley leads things off, draws a walk on the outside fastball. That pitch was a close one, but Bradley wisely lays it off. And now the Guardians have a runner aboard here, 2 away for Austin Hedges, who singles into left. So again, the Guardians have 2 runners on and another great opportunity to extend the lead, as that will bring up Oscar Mercado. Drew a walk in his first at-bat and scored as he grounds it to third. Thrown over to second, and the Royals get through the bottom of the fourth with no trouble. They do allow 2 runners on, but nobody scores. And so through 4, it's the Cleveland Guardians up top over the Kansas City Royals 2-0. Carlos Santana leads off the 5th. Santana hits it nicely into right for a single as Josh Naylor reacted pretty late. So the Royals open up the inning here with a base runner. Could this be the inning where Kansas City finally gets on the board as Michael A. Taylor grounds it to third? Ramirez hesitates for the throw to second. He didn't know if he wanted to turn 2, so because of that, the throw to first is not in time. So it's an infield single for Taylor, and they're going to call that a base hit, even though that was more so a bad defensive play. Merrifield grounds it to the pitcher as it's a 1-6-3 double play. The runner does advance to third, but now the Royals are going to need a base hit to drive him in. Big out there for the Guardians. Big defensive play by Shane Bieber as Nicky Lopez grounds this one to third. Jose Ramirez makes up for his prior mistake, and the Guardians get through the 5th. The shutout still alive as Cleveland is up top 2-0 over Royals. Miles Straw, the leadoff hitter, opens up here in the bottom of the 5th, 0 for 2 so far today, as he's going to hit this one into center field, and it will go for a single. So the speedy Miles Straw is aboard with nobody out. And with the meat of this order up at the plate, the Guardians have a great opportunity to drive in some more runners. Josh Naylor will draw his second walk today. So Naylor is aboard, and now there's 2 runners on. Nobody out for Jose Ramirez, who has driven in a run in each of his first 2 at-bats today, looking to keep the good times rolling as he strikes out on the curveball. That pitch was a beauty from Zach Greinke, I'm not going to lie. We got to look at this one again, as that one completely fooled Jose Ramirez. A big out there for the Kansas City Royals, and sure enough, they would take Greinke right out of the game after that. Daniel Lynch, the lefty, is now in, and that would prove to be a pretty good decision as the Royals turn 2 on the double play off the bat of Franmil Reyes. So that ends the 5th inning. It remains 2-0, and now we go into the 6th. Andrew Benintendi with 2 away pops this one into foul territory. Ramirez should have no problem with it. It will end up going fair, believe it or not, but Ramirez does end up catching it. So a 1-2-3 inning there. That's 6 scoreless innings for Shane Bieber, who is showing no signs of slowing down. He could go for another 2 innings if he wanted to, I think. Now we move to the bottom of the 6th. Bobby Bradley strikes out for a second time today. A little bit late there on the fastball from Daniel Lynch, as that'll bring up Ahmed Rosario, who hits lefties well. Already has a base hit today, and he is going to look to add another one as it's bobbled over at third. The throw, however, is in time, and despite Ahmed Rosario's blazing speed, Kansas City will get him out there. That'll bring up Andres Jimenez for 3-2. Goes down looking on the outside fastball. A 1-2-3 inning there for Daniel Lynch, who gets through the 6th inning with ease. With 3 innings to go, it's the Guardians who lead this one 2-0. We'll see if Kansas City can finally get something going offensively here in the 7th, as Olivares will strike out. Shane Bieber's 6th strikeout of the ballgame. That'll bring up Adalberto Mondesi with 1 out. The full count pitch, and it'll be a walk. Mondesi lays off the high fastball, and now the Royals have one of their fastest runners aboard. Mondesi, of course, a threat to steal. He's looking to go to second. Nice throw by Hedges, but the throw is going to be not in time, so it's a stolen base there for Adalberto Mondesi. Carlos Santana up to bat, and he rips it into right field. It goes off the wall. It'll be an RBI single for Carlos Santana, and the Kansas City Royals are finally on the board. With that, the Guardians will make a pitching change. Shane Bieber is up to 97 pitches on the day, and Cleveland figured they'd keep him in until it got rowdy. And now it has gotten rowdy. So Bieber's day is done. Still a fantastic opening day start for Bieber, who mostly receives cheers from the fans as he leaves the game. Nick Sandlin, the second-year righty, will enter in his place. He had a great rookie season last year with a sub-3 ERA. Looking to have another solid season as Michael A. Taylor is his first at bat. And Taylor rips this one off the wall out in right center. It'll go for a double. Santana will hold up at third, but now the Royals have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out and a great opportunity to tie or take the lead. The 1-1 pitch now for Whit Merrifield. He flies this one deep into left field. It should be caught by Oscar Mercado, but that is more than enough room for Carlos Santana to tag up. He slides safely, and the Kansas City Royals have tied this game up at 2. The Royals offense had nothing going through 6 innings, and now it seems like they have finally come to play. Nicky Lopez, the following batter, flies this one into left, caught by Mercado. That'll end the top of the 7th inning. A pretty bad frame there for the Guardians as they allow 2 to tie the game up, and now the offense is going to have to get something going. Cleveland's offense has been pretty bad since the 3rd inning, and really everybody outside of Jose Ramirez, for the most part, has been fairly underwhelming at the plate as Austin Hedges draws a walk, so he is now aboard. Daniel Lynch still in the game, by the way. He has done a fantastic job for the Royals, but maybe they're going to need to take him out sooner than later as he allows another base runner. This time it's Miles Straw who reaches off of a single. So now there's 2 on, 2 away for Jose Ramirez. Now hitting from the right side of the plate. He gets plunked. So Ramirez gets hit by the pitch, and now the bases are loaded for Franmil Reyes. Lines it to third, and they're going to throw it home. It would have probably been a lot safer to just get the out at first, but hey, there was a force out at home. The Royals made the play, and the Cleveland Guardians lead the bases loaded. They had a great opportunity to score, and they choked. James Karinchak checks in here in the 8th inning. Was phenomenal in 2020, not quite as good last year. We'll see what he can do here in 2022 as Hunter Dozier draws a walk there with one away, so that'll get a runner aboard here. 2 gone now for Olivares, who strikes out on the low and inside fastball. Good inning there for Karinchak as the Royals don't do any more damage. And the game remains tied at 2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. It looks like this opening day is going to have a very intense ending. Amir Garrett, the new acquisition in for the Royals. We know him quite well on this channel as we had him in the Orioles series last year. A player I really enjoyed using. Ahmed Rosario singles into center field. His 3rd base hit of the day. A great season opener here for Rosario. As with 2 away, Austin Hedges flies this one into center. That one went awfully deep, but it is caught. So the Royals get through the inning with no trouble. And now we go to the 9th inning. The game is tied at 2. Will either side break away here in the 9th inning, or is this game headed to extra innings? Find out. Anthony Gose is in here for the Cleveland Guardians. He pitched in 6 2/3 innings last year, only allowing 1 run. He did a very good job. We'll see if the lefty is able to do today as Mondesi opens up the inning here, shooting that one down the line and fair for what looks like a double. And Mondesi is back on base for a 3rd time today, and the potential go-ahead run is in scoring position with nobody out. That'll bring up Carlos Santana, 2 for 3 with an RBI, as Mondesi steals 3rd. It is ballsy to steal 3rd, especially against a catcher who has an arm like Austin Hedges, but Mondesi is safe, his 2nd stolen base of the day. Santana rips this one into right field. That one will bounce in front of the wall, possibly for an extra base hit as Naylor takes his time fielding it. It's an RBI double for Carlos Santana, and for the first time today, the Kansas City Royals have the lead as it's now 3-2. That'll bring up Michael Taylor, swinging a miss. Big strikeout there for Anthony Gose. He needed that one. And now the Cleveland Guardians do get an out there. We'll see if they can carry the momentum here for the rest of the inning as Whit Merrifield singles it into right field. Santana will wisely hold up at 3rd with a good throw there in right field from Josh Naylor. So now the Royals have 2 runners on and 1 out. A great opportunity here for Nicky Lopez to extend the lead as he grounds this one to second. The Guardians looking to turn 2. The throw from Rosario to first is not in time. Another run scores, and it's now 4-2. Kansas City extends their lead. From there, the Guardians make a pitching change as Brian Shaw will come in. Salvador Perez is due up, and he mashes against lefties, so because of that, Cleveland wanted to take the lefty out of the game, but apparently he can also mash against righties. Perez with a bomb into left center field, his 1st home run of the season, and the Kansas City Royals have put up a 4 spot here in the top of the 9th inning as they lead this ball game 6-2. From there, Hunter Dozier will fly this one out into center, should be caught by Miles Straw, and it is, but still a disaster at the top of the 9th inning there for the Cleveland Guardians as they allow 4 runs, and now the Royals are in control. The Guardians need at least 4 runs here in the bottom of the 9th inning to keep this game alive. Joel Payamps is in here for Kansas City. He had a 3.4 ERA last season as the first batter here is Oscar Mercado. This one is hit high and deep. Into center field, it goes to the warning track, but it will be caught. That'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Josh Naylor, with 2 away. He's going to hit this one into center field for a single, and the game stays alive as Naylor reaches base for a 3rd time in this ball game. He walked twice now as a base hit. And now it comes down to Jose Ramirez, who has driven in both of Cleveland's runs today. This one is hit awfully high and pretty deep in a right field. And this baby is out of here. That one barely scrapes over the fence, but it is indeed a home run. Jose Ramirez with his 2nd home run of the ball game, and the Cleveland Guardians are going to stick around for a little bit longer as it's now 6-4. What a performance today for Jose Ramirez. 3 for 4, 2 home runs. He has driven in all 4 of Cleveland's batters today. And now Cleveland has it within 2. But they're going to need the rest of this lineup to come up clutch if they want to win this game, as that will send up the cleanup bat, Franmil Reyes, to the plate. But beforehand, we look at this home run again. Only 355 feet. That did not look like a home run off the bat. And in most ballparks, that's probably an out. But hey, it's a homer, so it counts. Scott Barlow is now in for the save. The Royals just want their good closer in. No more funny business. As Franmil Reyes hits this one high and deep in a right center field, and it is caught. And there's your ball game, folks. The Kansas City Royals win it here on opening day, by the final score of 6-4. Certainly an exciting matchup, definitely not the result we wanted as the Cleveland Guardians kick off the 2022 season with a record of 0-1. There were a lot of positives in this game for Cleveland, but there were a lot of negatives. We do have the second game in today's episode, so make sure to stick around. But before that, we are going to take a quick look here at the box score to assess really what happened. The Royals offense did nothing through the first 6 innings. Shane Bieber dominated them, but our bullpen blew it, and it was the bullpen who ultimately lost us this ball game. And although we have a lot of great back-end relievers, the bulk of our bullpen really is not that good outside of guys like Sandlin and Karinchak and Clase. So obviously that's going to be an area we really look to address over the next couple of seasons. The offense was okay. I mean, it was really a one-man show. Jose Ramirez drove in all 4 of our runs. He was fantastic. Outside of that, we were able to get base runners. We had good discipline. We drew 5 walks, but there weren't really many explosive plays. The only 2 extra base hits today were the 2 home runs by Ramirez, and although him and Shane Bieber, our 2 superstars, were phenomenal in this game, everybody else really didn't play well, and that game showed that having elite players is nice, but you need a good baseball team around them. So we're going to simulate the rest of this Royal series, go up to this Minnesota series here. And sure enough, in the second and third games against Kansas City, we would actually end up taking a victory in both of them. 5-1 in the second game, 5-0 in the third game. The story of those 2 matchups was the starting pitching. In Game 2, Aaron Zavale pitched a complete game, only allowing 1 run. And in the third game, Cal Quantrill one-upped him. Didn't quite go the full game, but 8 1/3 innings, allowing nobody to score. So as we expected, starting pitching appears to be a major strength. I wanted to play this second game in the Minnesota series. I wanted to use Tristan McKenzie. So we're going to simulate this first game. We end up losing 12-6. Zach Plesac did not quite have as good of a first start as some of our other guys. So let's take a look at the Twins. Like us, they are 2-2, of course led by Carlos Correa and Byron Buxton. Bailey Ober, a 69 overall, will be on the mound. Although he is not very good, his overall rating is pretty nice, if you know what I mean. And he didn't have that bad of a season statistically last season. So we'll see what he can do here against the Cleveland lineup here, still at home in Cleveland, Ohio, at Progressive Field. Both the Guardians and the Twins sit at 2-2 on the season, looking to break over 500 as the young stud, Tristan McKenzie, the Slim Reaper, will be on the mound today for the Guardians. We'll talk a little bit more about him in a moment as we take a look at both lineups. Cleveland getting some newer guys in there as Luke Maile and Daniel Johnson each make their first starts of the season. So here is McKenzie, who pretty much had his rookie season in essence last year. The numbers aren't pretty, but he showed the flashes of being a dominant starting pitcher, and I think this 2022 season could really be a breakout year for Tristan McKenzie. With 2 away, it's Jorge Polanco who will single this one into center field. So Polanco, the veteran infielder, is aboard, although he is playing DH today. That'll bring up Miguel Sano, the power hitter. He's going to single this one into right field. So now the Twins have 2 runners aboard here, getting some late action here in the top of the first inning as they look to strike first. Gio Urshela draws a walk on the outside splitter. And now the bases are loaded. A big opportunity here for Carlos Correa, the big signing from the Astros, and he goes down looking on the fastball. Not a pretty inning from Tristan McKenzie as Minnesota loads the bases, but nobody scores. And so the game will remain tied at 0 as we move to the bottom of the first. Here's Bailey Ober, the righty, who in 20 starts last season had a 4.19 ERA. His whip was awfully low, though, and I'm surprised he's only a 69 overall. I think his numbers from last year aren't terrible. Here's Oscar Mercado. He's going to single this one into right field, leading off today. Mercado's gotten off to a pretty nice start this season. I know it's a small sample size of 4 games, but he's hitting the ball well. That'll bring up Josh Naylor, who will get that one to deflect off of the second baseman's glove. That's Luis Arias, and it'll go for a single. So the first 2 batters of the inning are aboard here for Cleveland, and that'll bring up Jose Ramirez, who's gotten off to a fantastic start on the season. Ramirez with a bomb into right field. You can forget about it. A moonshot for Jose Ramirez, his 3rd home run of the season. And the Cleveland Guardians will take a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. What a way to kick off this game. It's Jose Ramirez, who had 2 home runs in the first game today. He goes deep yet again, and the Guardians will start this one up big. That'll bring up Franmil Reyes as he's going to line this one into left field. The left fielder has trouble getting it. So Reyes is actually going to try to go to second, but he is gunned down. Good defense there by the Twins to get him out. So now there is one away, as that'll bring up the number 5 hitter, Bobby Bradley. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bradley's going to line this one into right field to go for a hit. So even with Reyes being out, his at-bat still counts for a base hit. And all 5 of Cleveland's batters so far have gotten hits today. So 5 hits here in the first inning for Cleveland. They will score 3. That's all she wrote pretty much, as with 2 away, Andres Jimenez flies out to right. But still a great start to this game for the Guardians. Both teams put up a lot of base runners in that first inning, but it was Cleveland who's able to drive them home, courteous of a 3-run shot by Jose Ramirez. Trevor Larnach strikes out on the high changeup, a 1-2-3 inning there for Tristan McKenzie. A lot smoother than his first inning, as the Twins get nothing going. Bottom 2 away from Mercado. He strikes out on the slider. So that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Bailey Ober. The second inning goes a lot better for both pitchers than the first inning did as we move to the third. Byron Buxton leads it off. He swings and misses on the fastball. Byron Buxton has not played well this year for the Twins so far, as he only has 1 hit in 4+ games. Someone who is playing well is Luis Arias. He's been fantastic for Minnesota as he draws a walk. And so Arias is aboard here with 2 away for Miguel Sano. Swinging a miss on the 12-6 curve. Miguel Sano is pretty good at striking out. He does that quite a lot. 3 scoreless here for Tristan McKenzie, and so far the Slim Reaper is looking pretty good. We move to the bottom of the third inning. It's Jose Ramirez up to bat. Lines this one into right field, and it looks like it'll go for a single. So far in the 1 1/3 games that we have played with Jose Ramirez, I think it's fair to say he's the real deal. He has played awfully well. That'll bring up the Franmil Reyes, who hits that one off the top of a wall and left for a double. Ramirez will hold up at third. Probably a smart decision. So with 1 out, Cleveland now has multiple runners in scoring position. A great opportunity to drive them in as it's Bobby Bradley up to the plate. He grounds this one to second. Arias gets the out at first. But Jose Ramirez does score, and Franmil Reyes advances to third. So the Cleveland Guardians now lead 4-0. Ahmed Rosario hits this one nicely into left field with 2 away as it boinks off of his glove. That one was right in his mitt, but he wasn't able to catch it. And so it's an RBI double for Ahmed Rosario, and the Guardians now lead 5-0. Let's look at that play again. That one literally doinked off his glove. And so the defensive blunder will not only put Cleveland ahead, but it'll take Bailey Ober out of the game. Griffin Jacks, the long reliever, is in for Minnesota. A 13.5 ERA, albeit in only 2 innings, so it's not that big of a deal. As Andres Jimenez, with 2 away, will pop this one into shallow right center, and it will be caught by Arias. But still a very good inning there for Cleveland as they score 2 runs and now lead this game 5-0. The offense is definitely clicking so far as we move into the 4th inning. Gio Urshela lines this one to first, deflected by Bradley. The throw over to McKenzie is way offline. Bobby Bradley missed his target. There's a reason why he plays first base and not a position where you actually have to throw it, as it'll be ruled as a single and then a throwing error by Bradley as the runner advances to second. Now Urshela's at third with 2 away for Sanchez. He strikes out on the fastball. So despite the bad defensive play, Tristan McKenzie gets through another inning. The mascot is dancing. Everybody's having a good time. Life is good here in Cleveland as the Guardians lead 5-0. Daniel Johnson leads off the bottom of the 4th, and he's going to draw a walk. So Johnson is aboard his first time on base this season. 2 away now here for Josh Naylor, who will single this one into right. Naylor with his second hit of the game, and with 2 away, that'll bring up the star Jose Ramirez, who had a 3-run homer back in the first inning. He has been lighting it up so far this season for Cleveland as he's going to hit this one into right again for a single. Johnson on his horse headed home. The throw is offline, and the Guardians now lead this game 6-0. A big RBI single for Jose Ramirez, who after driving in 4 runs in the first game we've played today, drives in 4 more. We move to the 5th. Byron Buxton goes down looking. He strikes out again. And Tristan McKenzie right now is on fire. Although his pitch count is starting to get a little bit higher, I don't know how much longer he's going to last in this game, but he is pitching very well. Arias will get that one to bounce fair. Naylor unable to make the diving play. That'll be a 2-out double for Luis Arias. And so the Twins have a runner in scoring position. A huge opportunity here for Jorge Polanco to put them back in the ball game. Polanco with a homer into deep right center field. And the Minnesota Twins are now finally on the board. Polanco with his first home run of the season. And Minnesota has this one within 4 as it's now 6-2. The Twins avenge the shutout as that'll send up Miguel Sano. He strikes out on the 12-6 curve. That'll likely end Tristan McKenzie's day. A really good 5-inning performance. The home run there at the end stings a little bit, but I still feel like he had a very solid first start. And his offense is certainly helping him out in what looks like could be a nice victory if Cleveland keeps it up. 2 outs here for Andres Jimenez. He's going to hit this one into center, and Buxton cannot make the play. Jimenez thought about going to third, but he's wisely going to stay at second. Still a double nonetheless, and now with 2 away, it would have been the catcher Luke Maile up to bat, but Cleveland's going to sub in a pinch hitter. It's Miles Straw, and clearly that decision by manager Terry Francona proved to be a good one as Straw singles into center. Jimenez scores, so Straw comes off the bench, drives in a run, and it's now 7-2. Straw will stay in the game. He's going to replace Daniel Johnson in the outfield, and Austin Hedges will slide over at catcher. Trevor Stephan is in here in the 6th inning for Cleveland on the mound. He allowed 2 runs in his opening appearance on the mound as he strikes out Carlos Correa. Stephan would get through the rest of the inning without really a problem, and now he moves to the bottom of the 6th. Griffin Jack's still in the game, still going pretty strong as Josh Naylor hits this one high and deep and a right. Doesn't quite have enough carry to go over the fence, but it will go off the wall as Naylor slides into second, continuing his productive start to the season. And so the Guardians have another runner in scoring position for Jose Ramirez, who rips this one into right field. Go, ball, go! It is out of here. Ramirez with his 2nd home run of the game, his 4th of the year. It is very rare to get a multi-home run game from a player, and Ramirez has done it twice here in the same episode. That is just truly remarkable. I promise, for those who are new, stuff like this does not happen very often. From there, Griffin Jax is taken out of the game. Cody Stashak is now in for Minnesota Twins. He had a 6.89 ERA last year, making his first appearance of the season as he faces off against Bobby Bradley. He hits this one nicely into left center field, and that one is gone over the fence. Bradley with his 2nd home run of the season, and it is now 10-2. The Cleveland Guardians are really turning this into a blowout as the offense is having by far their best performance of the season so far. The dugout is loving it, and Cleveland is dominating. Ahmed Rosario lines out to third, finally ending the inning as Cleveland scores 3 off of a pair of home runs by Jose Ramirez and Bobby Bradley. Now that it's an 8-run game, we're going to try to move a little bit quicker. The Guardians hope that Eli Morgan will be able to pitch the final 3 innings today. He certainly has the stamina to do it, but it is a little bit easier said than done, considering his ERA is over 33, albeit in only 1 appearance so far. With 2 away and a runner on, it's Jorge Polanco with a homer into center field, his 2nd of the day. Another multi-home run game. We've had 2 from Jose Ramirez today. Now Jorge Polanco for Minnesota, and it's 10-4. We're going to skip here into the top of the 9th inning. 2 outs. There hasn't been a whole lot of action since the Polanco home run, as Jorge Polanco is actually back up to bat, and this one's going to be a double into left center field. A run scores, and it's now 5-10. Jorge Polanco has driven in all 5 of Minnesota's runs, and as good as he has been, the rest of their offense has been quite bad. It's pretty much Jose Ramirez and Cleveland from the first game today, where he was really doing everything for them. Today, that's Polanco. Miguel Sano flies out to center, and that is your ball game. The Cleveland Guardians win it. Final score, 10-5. The offense was fantastic in this game. Tristan McKenzie on the mound was very good. The bullpen was a little bit shaky there, but this game was never really in doubt from the start. We had the big home run in the first inning by Jose Ramirez, and from there, it never really wavered. This was just truly a dominant win here. For the Twins, it was really a one-man wrecking crew. Jorge Polanco went deep twice. He drove in all 5 of their runs. I guess Luis Arias had a pretty good game, but other than those 2, they only had 4 hits from their other players. The pitching for them just was not there. Their starters struggled. Their long relievers struggled. It was just a rough day on the mound for Minnesota as our offense killed it. Jose Ramirez, obviously the star of the show. He goes 4 for 5 with 2 home runs, driving in 6. Bobby Bradley went deep as well. Miles Straw and Ahmed Rosario also with RBIs. Tristan McKenzie was good on the mound. Stephan had a good inning. And Eli Morgan wasn't the best, but he was able to make it through the rest of the game. And again, this one was never really in doubt. So we're going to simulate these next 5 games, finishing out the Minnesota series and then 4 on the road against the Royals. But before we do that, I do have something real quick to show you guys. It's not a very big deal, but I figured I'd point it out. Jose Ramirez is the favorite for the American League MVP. I know we're only 5 games in, it's a small sample size, and it means nothing, but I figured I would point it out. So in the 5 games we simulated, we actually kind of struggled. We ended up going 1-4, losing the final game against Minnesota, and then the Royals took 3 of 4 against us. So that's going to conclude today's episode. I think next time we're going to get through the rest of April. Let me know which games you would like to see. Again, I plan on playing 2 games, so let me know which teams in specific you guys would like to watch. I think it'd be fun to see some of those National League teams like the Reds or the Giants, who are really good so far. The White Sox at the top of our division, they'd be pretty fun. The Angels would be very fun, of course, with Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout. So let me know in the comments who you would like to see us play against in the next episode. So that's going to wrap this one up. I hope everybody enjoyed. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new. Again, I appreciate all the support on this series so far. I'm glad that you guys are super excited about it because I am as well. Peace out, everybody.